Welcome back to my office build, guys. It's a new week, got a new project. I've got some sheetrock that needs to go on the ceiling. Now the fun part is getting this sheetrock on the ceiling by myself, but I have a plan. I've screwed a 2x4 up that I'm hoping I can just shove the edge of the sheetrock in. And then I've made this little T-bar that I'm hoping I can just slide up and use it to hold the sheetrock in place while I get some screws going. I think it might be a little long. I'm going to trim it off a little bit. It's working. How about that? All right. Nice. Need to put a lighter battery on my drill. Solo overhead sheetrock. 0 stars, would not recommend. Now I want to start installing my electrical outlets or the boxes so that I can rough in all the wiring. I've got a bunch of insulation in the back of my pickup. I'd like to start getting these walls kind of sealed in so that I can start heating this room to be able to finish all the sheetrock. I'm gonna have to get a different style box for this. I want a double box here, but I don't want it that low because the thickness of my desk is gonna bring that up quite a bit. So I need this to be kind of be up here. So I'll get a different box for that. Okay, I've laid out the center of what will be the opening after I have this countertop here, which is right here. So I'm going to put a double box here that will be hidden behind the TV, and then I'm going to put some blocking in for a future wall mount for the TV. It's already working. I'm sweating. Whew. Out of bullets. Well, I was just about to start insulating this wall here that you might remember I didn't put a top plate on when I built this wall. I just used the existing truss, and I've got no backing for my drywall other than every 16 inches. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make some blocks to go in there before I insulate so that I got a good edge for my sheetrock to screw to. Plus, watching me insulate's probably pretty boring. Well, I've got most of the insulation in. I've got a little bit more wiring I want to do right there. And I'm going to get started on this back wall with some sheetrock. Now, I'm no sheetrocker, but they say to start from the top, then do the bottom so that you get your best joint up on top. I put a couple of deck screws in about just over 4 feet down to hold the panel up till I can get it started. Looks like there's a little dent right in the top of that beam or that post that I must have measured to. 15th time's the charm. Oh yeah. We'll just edit all those other tries out. It fits. Well guys, unfortunately that is all the time I have for this week. I think we made pretty good progress. I've got one more full sheet of drywall downstairs that I think will cover that back wall, and I believe I've got enough scraps that I can finish up the odds and ends that I have, the front of my desk area. And next week I hope to get the wiring hot. I ordered a space heater that'll be here later today to heat this room while I mud and tape everything. If you're wondering what I'm going to do about these ugly beams, I have got a plan that I think is going to be pretty awesome. And if this office build thing isn't really floating your boat, I've got a couple other projects I'm hoping to work on this week. My friend Jerry gave me this monster of an oak burl that I cannot wait to get on the lathe. And another friend of mine brought over this pretty rough looking black walnut slab that he wants me to make into a countertop for a bathroom remodel that he's doing in his house. So I'm going to try and save that. But I've got 2 weeks until a construction project kicks off that's gonna pull me away from this for a while, so I wanna get as much of this room wrapped up as I can over the next 2 weeks. So stick around, you're gonna see a lot of progress. You're gonna see a lot of me struggling probably, but I appreciate you watching. We'll see you soon.